Today I'm going to be super cleaning my engine. That's something I've been meaning to do for a very long time because my engine is absolutely filthy. I'll show you guys in a second, but got this water blaster here and then also got some like rags and stuff, so yeah, I'll show you. So you can see there's like sand and stuff in there because I drifted my car on the beach like nearly 2 years ago, and then there's like, it's kind of hard to see in the camera, there's like a lot of oil marks and stuff like down there because I got like a slight oil leak, and like that's dirty. Like all back there is just disgusting. And then like up here as well on the hood, because I started my car the other week with the oil cap off right here and then oil just fucking spilled everywhere. It's absolute rookie mistake. So there's this oil like all up here and like all around here, so I'm gonna clean all of that off today, so hopefully it looks fucking sick after this. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hood off. You don't have to do this, I'm just doing it because I want to clean like the underside of my hood. You can leave your hood on if you want to, but completely up to you. To do that, there's 2 bolts here and here and the same on the other side. You just have to remove those and the hood just comes off, but make sure you have 2 people to do this because like depending on what car you have, your hood's probably going to be pretty heavy, I'd imagine. I think I found the oil leak. It's like fucking all down here, so I need a new valve cover gasket for sure. Now the hood's off, this might give you a better look at how dirty it is. Just all that, the whole back wall, just dust and dirt all through this. There's a shitload of oil on this. A lot of fucking sand down there. Currently just removing the air box, and I already took the battery out as well. This is just so it gives us way more space to like clean all the stuff down here that you don't really see. Here's where I'm up to, so I've removed everything. And one thing to know is that you do not want to get water in your throttle body, so I just put a rubbish bag to like block off this hole. And then over here as well, I use like, because the alternator's here, I just cover that with a trash bag too, because you do not want to get water on that. Like a little bit's fine, but do not drench your alternator. I'm probably just going to end up time-lapsing most of this, but what I'm doing is I'm going to clean all these parts here, and then I'm going to clean my engine with the water blaster, as well as clean my hood too. There we go. What I'm doing here is I'm just spraying the valve cover with some engine degreaser, and that's just to get all this oil and stuff that's on it off it, because I couldn't get it off with the water blaster. We're about 50% of the way through the process at the moment, so what I've done so far is I've used a water blaster to clean it twice, put some engine degreaser on it, cleaned it again, then I started like using a rag to get into like those tight spots in the engine. It's looking way better though, like down there all the sand's gone, back on the wall, and then over here too. I've put the valve cover back on now. It's still like slightly dirty, but that stuff just won't come off, man. And I'm painting it red soon anyway, so I'm not really too worried about that. Here's a before. Here's the after. Fuck, that looks mint. We're all finished now, I just gotta put the hood back on, but I'm pretty happy with that, eh? It looks so good, so good. It took maybe like 3.5 hours, but it's definitely worth it. Right, let's hope I didn't break anything. I gotta be honest with you guys, I made like a very bad mistake when I was cleaning my engine, so you're gonna see what's happened like in the next clips. Yeah, so the engine's running like absolute shit at the moment. I don't know if you guys can hear, but slightly concerning. It's running like absolute shit right now. I'm just gonna let it run for a bit and just see what happens, but fuck, I hope it's alright. Oh my god, that is horrible. What I'm doing here is I'm testing each one of the 4 spark plugs, and what I'm looking for is when my brother turns the key on the car to try to turn it on, I'm looking for a spark. Basically what that indicates is that the spark plugs are still working. So I tested all 4 of the spark plugs and all 4 of them got a spark. So that means that's not the problem for why the car can't start, right? But something I did notice was that my spark plugs are so worn out, man. Like they barely spark and they're like pretty burnt. So I definitely need new ones. So I'm gonna replace those in the near future, like once the whole lockdown situation like blows over. The next thing I was looking at was like if there's possibly water in the electrical connectors, right? So I unplugged like a bunch of connectors and I found there was water in some of the electrical connectors. The main one I found was there was water for the connectors that go into like the injectors of the car. So what I did was I took all that out. I got like a cotton swab and I cleaned all the water out. And then like I also unplugged a lot of other connectors and like cleaned all those up with like a rag, just dried them off. And then I hooked everything back up, went to crank the car to turn it on. Go close to the injectors and see if you can, when I turn the key, I'm just gonna turn it to the on position, see if you can hear like a fucking click or anything. Yep. Alright, let's see if this works in moment of truth. Let's fucking go! Let's go! Well, fuck, it started. Bit of a rough start, but it's on. It sounds like pretty normal, man, so might have fucking done it, mate. Let's go. And it started. It was a very rough start, but you know, the car's on. And since this happened, it's been like a couple days and the car's been running like fine, but that was a very bad mistake I made. Like, before I did this, I like watched a bunch of YouTube videos and people said it was like fine to water blast your like engine. Like, obviously you gotta be careful, but you know, it is fine. And to be honest, it is, but I'm never gonna do that again, man. Like, it's just way too risky in my opinion. Like, there's just like such a high chance that you can damage stuff, and I definitely should have done more research before I started to spray water on my engine like that. So it was a very rookie mistake on my part. Like, I would not recommend it. If you do want to clean your engine bay, just get some rags, get some brushes, you know, and just like spray water on the brush and then scrub the engine that way. Like, don't just fucking grab a water blaster and start like water blasting shit. I don't think it's going to end well, because it didn't for me. Honestly, man, I got so lucky that there's just nothing wrong with my car. Like, it's completely fine.
I got so lucky though. It could have been way worse. I've talked to a few mechanics like since that happened, and all of them have said like, yeah, you should never spray like water in your engine, like don't ever do that again. So I'm definitely not going to do that again. But you know, it is what it is, man. Like, I don't claim to be a fucking expert on cars. Like, I'm just trying shit. I'm learning from my mistakes, man. Like, that's what it's about. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.